Anaria Shola. Shorelo Run.
See how the views are doing, Philip. It's very easy to see.
So long, right? So long. But no one watched it. Because all everyone heard is that Phil was a schlub and Phil was a bum and Phil's a guy that dresses up like an idiot, like a clown, and he begs for money and he talks about the goals all day. And it's funny because that's the impression people get, but every single time someone came by to my stream just to hang out, they'd be like, I don't know what the hell people are talking about. That's not the entirety of his streams. Yeah, he'll do calls to action every once in a while, and he'll say, hey, you can support this way, or he'll mention
action.
Yeah,
Did he hear that from me?
That's what people were saying.
Phil, you're lurking.
Phil, I
gotta check for DSP React in chat right now. Is DSP React in
check
chat?
it. Hey,
No, he's not.
Hey, Philip, love your streams. People say you beg too much. I have noticed you do calls to action, though, but it's not overbearing. It's very cool and casual and meaningful. Thank you.
Cool, but never was that ever the entirety of a stream, as what people say it is. You know,
It's
always
not the entirety, but it's damn close.
gross misrepresentation.
Okay.
And so, honestly, yeah, it was the Asmongold exposure that allowed me to be seen in a new light. Okay? Now, listen. The Asmongold exposure didn't last, and what I mean by that is you're never going to get those people to stick around unless you say...
No, you could. If you entertain them, you would have some people stick around. Not a lot, but some.
Asmongold exposure. It's like he held an ancient artifact with mystic powers in his hands, and he got exposed to it, and make him super beggar. And he didn't even have to beg anymore. Just the pygnosis just was amplified by 1,000,000%.
Asmongold. And let's be honest, I don't do content like Asmongold, right? I don't. I do gaming, mostly gaming.
Asmongold plays games too, bro.
I'm not talking about current events. I'm not talking about politics and drama. I'm not feuding with other YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing any of that.
Okay.
I'm actually sitting here every day, chilling with the audience, relaxing. I'm
Big ups one buff weeb for the raid.
trying to make an honest
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
take at just
One buff read with the Hogan picture? Let's see, what is that? Looks like Hogan in there.
not
Cool.
having
Right.
this kind of toxicity, this kind of drama content. What I want to have is just fun and chill, relaxing times with all of you every day.
Okay.
Okay? And I hope that that's coming through, and I hope that you guys are seeing and having that and enjoying it. The thing is, I know you are. Because again,
he knows we are.
like I said, the engagement is up. And particularly, all right, views on certain content are up. I've been able to...
Yeah, this is, you can hear the truth start to come through here.
Yeah,
the views
not believing it.
on certain content is up.
Views on certain content are up. I've been able to now do things like, for example, go back to Clear Obscure, which I never would have been able to do in the past, and actually...
And again, when he goes to Clair Obscure, he decides to pretend there is a goal and beg his ass off for those because, of course, he knows no one wants this. But yes, he can go back there. He can do it physically. However, he will beg like there's no tomorrow when he plays that because he knows he's going to get low support that day. But yes, okay, go ahead.
do all that content that I had missed out on and had wanted to play all year. I was able to go and do it, right? I was able to basically, for the first time in my entire time that I'd been streaming, jump from project to project, game to game, not have to worry about, oh, well, I have to buy this new game and jump a bunch of money on it. And I have to worry about, oh, you know, because I bought this game, now we have to play it in its entirety because I can't afford
Well, you used to be embarrassed of wage quitting, but those days are long gone now. You know?
to do otherwise.
Now it's like, well, let's just quit whenever. Potentially Criminal says, over-under on Phil wage quitting 50 games in 2026. Why not? Because now we can do that. We have the freedom to quit games whenever we want. It's a positive thing.
Oh, that's I wouldn't bet on it because the rules aren't solid. Because wage quitting is a very flexible concept.
Big ups Alex Feature says, yo, Pims, here's a little something for the soda and beer fund. Big ups. Big ups, sir.
Big ups, dude.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like that anymore. In fact, it's
I use that on my Emmy Root Tier 3 sub, if you don't mind.
quite the polar opposite, where now I'm free,
Oh,
much
I
like
actually,
many
by the
other...
way, I
Okay, go ahead.
accidentally, by just being on Twitter, I discovered who she was.
Oh, cool. Welcome. You want to join the
I have
the
to
crew?
say, justified simping. You have been blessed by me. You have you now
you.
have the meerkat exposure. Enjoy
Thank you.
the bump.
Thank you.
other creators over the years that you guys have always compared me to.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept telling you guys, well, don't compare me to this guy or that guy because we're definitely different situation. You have to understand that because of my limitations of what's going on here
What does that mean? What do you mean?
situation. You have to understand that because of my limitations of what's going on here.
Talking about gout? I don't know what he's talking about here. Gout or age or what?
Financially, that I'm not able to do the things that they do.
Oh.
And a lot of people didn't understand that. And we're like, I don't get it. Why can't you just buy
mental limitations. Everyone's saying that's what it sounded like. I'm not as entertaining as those guys.
this game and play it
It's a skill issue. That's what he's trying to say. It's a skill issue.
today? Why can't we play this game, and if you don't like it, go to another one, right? Because that was the thing that.
By the way, as you can see, he's doing something as he's saying this whole thing, and many people were wondering maybe he's reading from a script or something. Maybe it's ChatGPT. No, he is banning. He banned 180 people during this stream. That is all he is doing as he's doing his speech. There was 2 days in a row where he banned over 160 people. That's all he is doing is banning people that are doing the Patrick emotes. That's all he's doing.
Bro, he's using the ban hammer like a stress toy. He's just sitting there coping, seething, banning everybody simultaneously. He's actually pretty good because I've made fun of him for being terrible at multitasking. Turns out that he's wonderful.
When he's banning, it's a stress relief for him.
Yeah.
And I am not joking when I say that because I took screenshot of it. You ready? This is, as you can see, this is January 25th, okay? Oh, you thought I was done? 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 You thought I was done?
Another one.
This is what happened, guys, during this rant and the whole day, okay? Look at that. Look at that. And the times match. Look at the times. Look at the bottom left. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
We're right there. At 12:37, The Miz 3 just got banned. We just saw it happen.
Right? At high noon, he was gunslinging in that chat.
And they're not that funny because, like, a lot of people are just joining in so they don't have their funny names. Like, they weren't saying stuff. But, like, yeah, look at all this. It's all done. It's all bans. It's all bad. DSP's Coom Stick Driplet. That's the kind of funny one I saw. I'm looking around here.
What?
Oh, that was the legend. DSP's Coom Stick Driplet. Who could forget him? Yeah, that's all the bans that happened during this entire speech. Okay, that's just the background of what's going on during this speech. Okay, here we go.
We do. And a lot of people didn't understand that. And we're like, I don't get it. Why can't you just buy this game and play it today? Why can't we play this game, and if you don't like it, go to another one, right?
No one said that.
That was the thing that kind of differentiated me. You knew if I was playing a game that usually I would always finish it.
Yeah.
But that's not always a good thing. Particularly if you buy a game that's just mid. And then you play it a little bit, you're like, wow, this is boring. But now
that's his new favorite word now is mid, by the way. Oh, mid good. It's mid.
Sticking myself and committing myself to having to finish this entire game. And now the audience has stuck with it. Because maybe you guys don't like it so much. But now I'm telling you, I'm going to be streaming it for 2-3 weeks. Right? Well, that's not good. I'm streaming not for me, but for you. I'm trying to stream to entertain an audience, right? And so you have to understand that, like, I'm only here to entertain. I'm not here for myself. If I want to play a game offline, I can.
You know what that means? He's here to entertain, but he's also here to collect. That's what it really means. It's not about entertain. It's not about entertain at all.
I don't have
0%.
Like, none of this is entertaining.
No.
Like, as in the way that he intends it. Like, I'm loving it because it's obviously a man suffering from whatever the fuck this is. I don't know what it is. It's entertaining. But it's not entertaining in the traditional sense.
No.
It's very avant-garde.
You know, Jade is kind of like the what's that town in America that they use for, like, the testing of things because it's, like, the perfect example, middle-of-the-road town or something? I forget where it is. Like, somewhere in Idaho.
Oh, I don't know.
But we always use
Boise?
Jade, like, something like that. But we always use Jade
But
like
isn't that
'cause-
like a complete nightmare?
I don't remember.
But anyways, yeah.
But Jade is like that, right? Jade is like a real fan we know of. Jade is an actual fan. Think about him. Think about him right now. What? You this is good? You quit games whenever you want to now? I used to enjoy watching games until the end. Now you just quit them when they don't get $150 and I don't even pay enough money for that. I don't even give money except for my membership. So he can't even control what games are being played. Because he doesn't give a shit about membership money. You know what it's about. It's about those $150. But, you know.
I have to play it all on stream. So because of that, yeah, I see things in a different light. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's because of you guys. Because this last couple of months, all right, have been so good. I mean, here's the truth of the matter, and here's where it really comes into play.
What?
As a matter of fact that no one can dispute. Okay.
Okay. You say that again, please? What was that?
All right. Have been so good. I mean, here's the truth of the matter.
Here's the truth of the matter.
And here's where it really comes into play.
Here's where it really comes into play.
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact.
That no one can dispute.
That no one can dispute.
We're about
All
to dispute it.
Get ready. Get
We're
ready.
about to dispute it right now.
This one has to be true. Go ahead.
Okay. So 2 months ago, I had my interview with Asmongold.
You already did this part. Go down. Next page. Next page.
Yeah.
Turn the page. You're on the same script. Turn it.
And the interview, like I said, went well. And what happened was, I said, as of right now, because of the positivity that has happened, I'm abolishing all goals on stream. We no longer are going to have some kind of an
All
arbitrary
goals have
goal
been abolished by King Phil.
that I'm trying to hit on any stream. All right. Instead of that, I'm just going to relax and chill with the audience, and we're going to play games and have fun. And we're going to judge it on things like how many people show up, how much engagement, and yes, I'll look at support as well.
Oh, yes.
But it's going to be a factor that we consider when it comes to what games we play and what games we don't.
Okay. So someone on the forums made this. This is the new plan, guys. We have 3 pinnacles, 3 criteria we judge things by. Attendance, engagement, and support. Now, here's the problem. Actions have shown that the only thing that matters is support. Let's get real, okay? So he's like to pretend that these other 2 are factors, but they are not. It is only about support. So that's how it goes. And he even talks about, I don't know if he talked about it here, but later he would say about Truck Sim and how shitty it was. But people were hitting the goal, so of course he kept playing it. So that shows the other 2 don't matter, because they were getting low attendance. Of course, he would say the engagement was there, right? But he was not having fun himself, he said. But yet, he kept on playing it because it gets $150.
Can we get the pyramid back?
Oh, please.
The triangle?
Please.
Shout out to British Merch on Kiwi Farms for this.
Big ups.
So the very cool thing here is that this represents a traditional pyramid of any kind of business where you want like quality time and money, right? And it can never be equal. But here, there's perfect balance, as it should be. And all he has to do is just achieve this perfect balance that is theoretically impossible and sustain it for the rest of his life. That's a very simple task.
There you go. That easy, guys.
Okay. And as soon as I announced this, right?
What happened?
Immediately there was a clamor and there was all this ruckus within my detractor communities. Oh, no. Phil's always been about financial goals. Phil's always been about asking and begging for money. There's absolutely no positive way at all that this will ever stick. So first it was, oh, this won't last more than a week. And it did. And then it was, oh, this won't last more than 2 weeks. And it did. And then it was, oh, this won't last till Christmas, but it did.
More than 3 weeks.
Oh, this can't last past Christmas into the new year,
4
but it
weeks.
did. Oh, this can't last another month. So now we're 2 months into this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't you think if Kino Casino were going to snake me, they would have done it by now? Remember that?
Yeah.
It's been 2 months, guys. If Kino Casino was going to snake me, don't you think they would have done it by now? Okay?
2 months into no goals, no sitting here trying to hit an arbitrary total every stream. Instead, we're just relaxing and enjoying each other's company and enjoying games, right? First off, can we all agree that it's much better?
No.
I think we can, right? Without me saying, let's hit the goal and let's get some subs and let's get this and that constantly.
He still says that, and he's even worse than he was before with that, including last night. So I know it's fun to say things like this, but he still says it. I don't know why he's like pretending people don't have ears, but yeah.
I think it's just a much better atmosphere. We can focus on the games, we can focus on discussion, we can do more fun stuff. Because it's not about me sitting here pounding the audience, saying, give me money, give me money, give me money, right? Now,
people are
the
being
thing is, you might say, well,
eviscerated in the chat in real time, by the way. At this point, we're enjoying each other's company as many people's company is going away immediately.
you don't have the goals for 2 months. Well, how are things going? It must be going,
Because you can choose when to have the goals or not have the goals, sir.
well. They are. No, that's actually the truth. Things are going incredibly well. In fact, the last 2 months, things have...
And remember, this is right after he didn't hit the goal 4 times in a row. So, but they did hit it like right before he went on break, and they did hit it. So he's trying to say like, despite what you may have seen on any shows or videos or clippers, things are going great right now. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Been going better than before I had the goals.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was sitting here,
that's not
hounding
true.
the audience constantly, people would see me in a negative light and not want to contribute. And now what's happening is people are naturally coming by and becoming regulars and enjoying the stuff and supporting in droves. So because of that, I'm able to be just as good as I was before when I had the goals, if not better, and I don't have goals. Yes. All right? And it's amazing. Now understand that, again, this is a factor. Because there's other factors as well when it comes to this.
We're banning again, by the way.
Success of a game or content. For example, are people actually coming every stream and showing up and hanging out? Are people coming and talking about the game and actively having a great time?
Well,
and
that's
engaging with
it's hard to figure out.
Because I don't give a shit about that.
The content, meaning they're liking it, they're leaving comments, they're doing all that stuff. And is there support coming in?
Of course.
Those are the three factors that I look at to judge if a game is worthy of continuing on on my streams. And so there's a lot of times when I'm playing a game and maybe one of those three things isn't jiving, and I ask the audience about it, you know, and we make a determination. And that's the thing, like, it's always going to be like that, where you have to have some kind of a criteria to judge if something's working or not, or else, again, what's the point of me streaming? I could just be playing everything offline by myself and just playing what I like and not caring about anything else. So understand, it's not that, oh, well, support is not a factor. No, it is a factor.
Oh, it is a factor. Trust me. He'll let a stream go in overtime 30 minutes to make sure he gets $150, so he doesn't have to hear the horns of Raw Phil.
Also, there's other factors that are intangible.
Oh yeah, the
or not as
horns. I love the horns. I want to have a quick derailment to talk about how great the horns are, because the horns, traditionally, of course, associated with the Middle Ages and kings and winning battles. In his holy war against the detractors, the horns being blown signals a detractor victory. And it's
so
only
great.
a small victory towards the war, but it is a victory nonetheless.
It's so great. And that's the best gimmick Raw Phil ever did, was the horns, because then it becomes a fucking celebration and everyone's in there high-fiving. Like, you know, that picture of like the dudes that are the space dudes when they like I'll show you what I mean. But like after they got the moon landing or something, they're all celebrating.
Oh yeah, the people.
That's
yeah,
what it's
right,
like.
right, right.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah. Here, we can do it here too. Watch, ready? We can pretend we're doing it now. It's not real though. This is fake, but let's pretend.
But it's much better.
I can make sure it's chroma key. Hold on, look. Yeah! Come on, there's Howard's. Where's Howard? Big ups. I love that. It was loud.
Okay.
You got the point.
arbitrary that also factor into things. And the thing is, with this new mentality that I have, I'm now able to go and do things that previously I wasn't able to do. Particularly, the one thing that I want to bring up, okay, is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So this was one of my favorite playthroughs.
He is literally saying the same thing, okay? Now we're going back to Expedition 33. I couldn't do that before.
Of 2025. And I went through playing, having a great time, all right, enjoying this game. But man, it was so hard to retain an audience for it. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like if it's an action game or it's a horror game or if it's a game that's like online multiplayer, it's a lot easier. Any game that's more of a slow burn style game or, you know, that kind of game, it's so hard to retain an audience in the modern day. And one of my biggest regrets of the last year was that I only played through Act 1, Act 2, and the story finale, and literally never touched any of the content of Act 3 of Claire Obscure. Seriously, I touched none of it. I just skipped it, and most people who loved the game actually went back and played it, and I didn't.
Okay, and again, I don't know why he's talking about he could get an audience, because he couldn't. Those streams got less than 150 views, 150 viewers when they were on, and let's check on the views on YouTube for how much he's been able to, you know, handle an audience. That's 8 days ago, 329.
Absolutely killed me that I had to forego that content.
We're looping.
And then
Nice.
with all this change,
It's very nice. It's very cute in a very great attempt by putting DSP in all of his titles. Every video is, oh, DSP is struggling on this. DSP destroys this boss. DSP is awesome, or is he?
Like
It's
you want to
very
see?
great.
Okay, here's the most cringe version of this. Okay, watch this. DSP does it.
Definitely does.
You've heard of DSP tries it. Well, how about DSP does it? That's different. That's 423 views. Popping off, dude.
Changed, and I had a new audience, and I was like, hey, you want me to go do it? Because I would love to do it. It's what I wanted to do all year. And people were like, yeah, let's do it. And then we did it together. And listen, not that it always worked, because there were some streams of that game that were absolutely dead.
Yes,
okay?
and you would beg very heavily on those
There was
streams.
low attendance, low support, low engagement.
Yes.
But the thing is, if overall I'm doing great, if overall things are excellent, if I'm not sitting here trying to hit arbitrary goals, then it means that I can have a game in the rotation that's not doing so hot, but it's a passion project for me and I'm still able to do it.
Okay.
You know, I understand that not every game's always going to be a hit, but the factor is that, you know, if I'm enjoying it and there is an audience that's having a good time with it, then there's absolutely no reason to not play it, right?
Okay.
And that's basically what happened with Expedition 33 is I was able to go back to it. I was able to...
Okay, I found one more. He's looping now. I think we can kind of move on, if you agree, Meerkat. It's just looping, saying the same shit over and over now.
We
But yeah.
haven't arrived at
Okay.
the creation of a new reality, and I think
Okay,
that's
yeah,
an
that's
important
true.
part. I can
Okay.
find it if you think that will be better.
But here, I have a better one for you. We've had DSP tries it, and I showed you DSP does it. How about this one? DSP blows it. That'd be kind of fun.
Whoa!
That's a different movie.
blows it.
That's Derek's the director of that film. DSP
Oh, yeah.
blows it. Okay.
play it and do all the content that I had missed, just culminating with Friday where we actually beat the Super Boss Simon and was
I
even
got it.
able
I'll
to
do
go
the
back and
transcript.
check out this DLC that had come out in December that I never would have checked out. And I
It's like
got to check that out. I just had a
5-6
great
minutes
time.
from now.
Okay.
You know, and that's
Oh
because
my
of
God,
you.
5 or
because of
6
the-
minutes from now?
No matter what it
Jesus
is
Christ.
that we're playing. All right? Now, there's going to be times when I have to make tough decisions, and there's going to be games that I have to stay
At
away
the
with
hour
because,
30
again,
mark.
I know
we
that
can just go there.
Yeah, let's go there. We still got some other stuff to show, too, so let's do it.
Yeah, we still haven't gone
When you
through the
prodding with the
top
stick,
10
eventually-
best games of
Yeah.
last year. That was like a month ago.
He's waking up.
eventually the stick's going to pierce your skin. So you have to move.
What?
You have to stick. You're eventually going to react to it, right? You can do your best to ignore
Hold on, we gotta hear that.
cows, all right? Because, by the way,
Yeah,
you're a
he's
lolcow
describing
whether
what
you
a
like it or
lolcow
not.
is.
All right, we got to hear this.
It's a great way to start it here. This is perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah.
That's it. They're living in their own bubble
Uh-huh.
to the point where the difference here is other people who are lolcows, all
Yes.
right? Because, by the way, you're a lolcow whether you like it or not. It has nothing to do with really your actions as much as they would like that to be the case. It's not the case at all. If someone prods you enough with a stick, you're eventually going to react to it, right? You can do your best to ignore it, but if you keep ignoring someone you prodding with a stick, eventually the stick's going to pierce your skin. So you have to move. You have to react. You have to do something. You can't just
You have to do lolcow shit in reaction?
let someone keep bothering you
You have to go
over
nuclear.
and over. You have to
Oh, okay.
react. And that's what they don't understand about this whole lolcow culture bullshit.
Oh, okay, listen up,
is
guys. You don't understand this.
You say, oh, well, a lolcow is someone when you prod them or you poke them or you do something, it elicits a certain reaction that we can laugh at. And because they give you that predicted reaction, they're a lolcow. No, no, no.
Oh,
They're
no.
a lolcow because you keep harassing them and somehow the internet thinks that systematic bullying is okay.
Oh.
So it's very simple. It's not what you think.
Simple enough. That makes zero sense, but simple enough.
Maybe at one point it was. Maybe at one point you could look at someone and be like, well, they have something that they're doing wrong, endlessly. And therefore, we're going to call them out on it, and we're going to hope that they improve. And if they don't, we're going to make fun of them for it.
No one ever hopes that they improve. What the fuck is that? That's like... I don't even think that SOK was about that. What the fuck is this? They hope they improve.
That's
I hope they improve.
That's the public statement that you make, so you don't seem like you're bullying the guy or making fun of him.
I
It's all
hope he
like
improves.
productive, constructive criticism.
That's what we're doing here. On that being said, by the way, we hope DSP improves. We're trying to help.
And we're going to say they're a lolcow because we milk them for the lols or whatever, right? But in truth, that's not what it is anymore. Because
Oh.
this bullying, this systematic bullying has become monetized. It's now an actual moneymaker. It's a whole community of people who all they care about is making money defaming you and they get away with it unless you can outright sue them, right? So it's actually toxic and sick. It's no longer, oh, we're trying to elicit that reaction. It's like, we don't care. We just say it. And even if that person literally never reacts, we still profit off of it. Because we've created an entire cult of people who are so fucked up in the head and brainwashed. All they want to hear is toxic nonsense about people on the internet so they can feel better about themselves.
Yes,
and they
that's
will
what we do.
continue to support people who literally lie.
That's what we're after.
Okay? And that's what's messed up. Like, listen, I've done everything I possibly can to improve. I have. I literally don't have anything else that I can really do when you really think about it. I've improved my content.
That's not true.
Stopped the begging.
That's not true.
I stopped begging.
Wait, I got that. Where's my buzzer? Okay, let's go again. Hold on. Let's hear it again.
Really do when you really think about it. I've improved my content. I've stopped the begging. No more goals. I actually physically changed myself to be healthier and better because that was one of the things that were constantly going on over and over. Oh, he's fat and he's lazy.
Yeah, that was the thing. He's fat and lazy.
Work hard. I have dedication to my content and my craft. Everything that was a criticism has been addressed. So what's the issue?
It's over.
What is it today? What new thing are you going to make up? Because you need money. Because you're a
We
bum.
should make up that.
Because-
We should make up the DSP replies on his own videos from 5 years ago, and
That's
we
what I
should make
think.
up that's funny and laugh at it.
I'm going to make up today that DSP 2 months ago decided to go on one of his own videos and leave the first comment. I'm going to make it up right here, right now. Okay? That's it. We hope DSP improves, though. I hope he doesn't do this anymore.
I
Your
hope he
bro.
replies twice as much because that's engagement, and that's gonna take him up in the algorithm, and then I get to watch an awesome DSP stream of the guy that I love, not begging at all.
Nope.
I'm far from it. I'm doing good. And that's what I'm here to say I'm thankful for, that I don't need to sit here and beg anymore because I'm successful. These idiots literally
The fireworks
pay
go
me
off.
Fat cat's power wash ass.
fat ass.
for literal nothing. This person is giving me money right now. This person right here.
That is true.
That
I'm
is
doing
true.
good.
That's dented.
That is dented behavior, fat cat's power washed ass.
So what's your problem?
Just an ironic
What's
timing. The timing is great.
Yes.
broken up here in your head? Or is it that you're just a bum and you're desperate and you realize that your cash cow
Yes.
would dry up
It's
if
cash
you
cow.
stopped lying?
Yes.
Right?
That's it.
So for everyone here who's a fan and who's
Okay, there's 3 people. Go
having
ahead.
a great time.
But wait,
all right?
wait. If me making fun of all the things makes him address those criticisms, then why would I do that? Because I would want to make fun of him for being lame and stupid. Like why would I want to call out the things that I don't like so he can fix them?
Also worth saying that all the things that people called him out for, he decided they were telling the truth about those things and decided to change them all. Right? You hear that? All the things that people made fun of him for, before he said he wasn't doing anything wrong. Now he goes back and says, I hated doing those things and I've changed them all. So I'm wondering what happened there. Maybe the criticisms are real, but the one thing he can't change is to stop begging. Guess we'll see.
So for everyone here who's a fan and who's having a great time,
Please put down your crayons and listen up.
all right,
Oh,
welcome. And thank you for
welcome what?
being here the last 2 months. Welcome to the new reality.
Oh.
That I'm successful, we're having a great time, and nothing that happens outside of this stream affects us. We're good. It doesn't matter what they say and do. They just can't hurt us anymore. I'm basically bulletproof at this point.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Bulletproof.
And there's nothing that they can do about it. It doesn't matter how much they lie and harass and make shit up. There's nothing that can ever be done to stop me from having a great time with you every day on stream. And that's because of you.
And the 200 people I just banned.
Because you stuck with me all these years, because of the dedication, because of the support. You're the reason why I get to do this for a living and why everything is so much better. So thank you so very much to every single one of you out there who's been with me, whether you were there the entire journey, whether you've jumped on somewhere along the way, whether you're a brand newcomer and today's your first day. I want you to understand that my life is better because of you. I'm grateful for it. And we're on a journey together of fun and relaxation and chill vibes. And nothing's going to stop that train from going how fast and how far we want it to go.
That legit
All right.
sounds like a cult. That's the
Yes, it
weirdest
does.
fucking cult shit I've heard in my life. Because he's
I-
trying to include a bunch of people who have nothing to do with this. They're people watching a fucking live stream, and he's including them in his life, therefore making him responsible for him.
I'd like to show you the last time we had a new beginning. That was Everything Has Changed. Remember that one? Everything.
Oh, that
has
was the
changed.
last new beginning. Yes.
Yeah, the last new beginning.
That's the previous reality.
That was 2 months ago. This is the previous reality. Yeah, this is the previous reality.
A couple of realities ago at this point.
Yeah, so this was on November 25th. This was our first new reality. Okay, that was the welcome home reality. Now that reality has passed, and we move on to the next reality where we're on a train apparently, and he goes as fast as he wants, and nothing affects him, and he is successful. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Look at this.
Okay. All right. So the goals are gone. They're not coming back. It was a 2-month experiment, right? Can we go for a while with no goals, and what would happen? I'll tell you what will happen. Amazing success. Because that's exactly what's happened. I've had amazing success this last couple of months.
This question.
Yeah.
Not having.
He answered his own questions.
Because that's exactly what's happened. I've had amazing success these last couple of months. Not having goals, just being me and enjoying and having fun. This is amazing. Thank you, everyone, again, for all of your support and positivity. Things are going great. And it can only go up from here, because that's the thing. Like, now that I've got that momentum going and we got that positivity behind and there's none of that toxicity anymore, we're good. What we need.
What is he talking about? There's no toxicity anymore. But anyways, there we go. This is the new reality. We need to accept it, okay? All right, so that was the new reality that we're living in, which obviously, just to sum it up, it's just someone that's talking. If people that are successful don't need to tell you they're successful. People that have successful YouTube channels, you can tell they're successful YouTube channels. You don't have to tell people we're getting engagement, but we're not getting views. You can see the views. They're public. You don't have to lie about it, right? And also, just this is why if you're a DSP fan, you start to question things. It's because when he says things such as "I'm not begging anymore," but if you sit in his stream, guys, he will do that. I mean, it's just that's not a troll statement. He will beg. In the pre-stream yesterday, we counted 8 different times he went through the rundown, and you know I'm talking about the rundown, right? That means
the call to action. You mean?
Yes.
Which is the acceptable term.
8 different times he did that. In the pre-stream, okay? I think maybe 2 of them were in the gameplay before we got out, but I don't even stay for the whole game. When the game starts, I'm out. That's how much he's doing it. And yet he's still trying to tell you to your face, if you're a real DSP fan, that I don't beg anymore. So if you're just going to let someone lie to you like that, right to your fucking face, I mean, you might be a DSP fan, I guess. And also tell me your favorite
subs.
Yeah, tell me your favorite color. What's the best flavor? But anyways, all right. Moving on positively here. NW News says, imagine living Hogan to Hogan and not getting wet over an all expenses paid trip to his Florida bar with your new friends to possibly meet him IRL. Well, that's because he's not gay, okay? Clearly. Dumb shit. He's not homosexual.
Not in this reality.
Nope. Cream Pie says, remember one Dent wanted to name female Pokemon? Yes, that was actually Jade. Jade requested a female Pokemon. That is true. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm just telling you that's the fact. They requested a female Pokemon. They do look different. Maybe he liked the look better. I'm just telling you the facts. That is true. And NW News says, bro, your wife objectively out-eats you and breaks appliances in your house. How is she an asset to you during times of low funds? You remember how angry he used to be, NW News? Clearly you don't. Because he used to be angry. Now he's not. Thanks to her.
She's also a stress toy. She makes him more peaceful and relaxed and chilling.
Okay.
With her presence, I mean.
A few more things to get through here. Let's get to this. So DSP...
Okay.
was very happy during this whole stream, okay? DSP was making very strange moves. And when I say strange moves, I mean things such as this. In times when people wouldn't do it, DSP was finding a reason to flex. So here's a more direct version, but I'll show you a different one here.
Okay.
Okay, so here's a good example, okay? I'm going to show you this before we get back to this, okay? So... watch this. Okay, so DSP is going to talk about something. Just ignore what he's talking about. Watch his movements here.
The Year Awards countdown anymore. People just want to come hang out with me on a stream. So that's why I haven't really focused on it or really cared. But now I'm starting to get people nudging me like, hey, Phil, you forgot.
Is that how people nudge? Squeezing their wrist as tight as possible into a curl to get their bicep as flexed as possible? Is that how you nudge people?
That's how buff people do it. I've heard.
So I haven't really focused on
Watch
it or really
this.
cared, but now I'm starting to get people
Watch
nudging me like,
this.
hey,
See, he's looking at himself constantly in the OBS, seeing that his arms are looking very small. He has to change it up. Ready? Here we go.
so
And also,
that's why I haven't really focused
if you
on
go
it.
like 10 seconds back, there
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
guy trolling him about his skinny arms. So he needed to do the nudge thing, to just quick reassure himself.
Had to show him, flex on him.
Watched them, right? So no one
Peace for generations. Though some of their race sided with the marauding orcs during the Second War, most
really cares that much about DSP's Game of the Year Awards countdown anymore. People just want to come hang out with me on a stream. So that's why I haven't really focused on it or really
What's
cared.
this?
But now I'm starting to get people nudging me like, hey, Phil,
Yeah.
you forgot to do it. Phil, are you going to do it? You said you were going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess we'll do it.
That's how you nudge people. All right, but here's a better example. Here's what he talks about.
Okay. I love my detractors because they focus on the dumbest shit. They say Phil has small arms. Okay. No, Phil has long arms. Do you see how long
they're
my
long.
forearm is? For some bizarre reason, my forearm is much longer than both my mother and father's forearms. So I have a long, bony forearm here because it's so long. My arm.
Yeah. Okay. Remember this?
Yeah, it's this guy.
Oh.
This guy's
Oops.
fault. In the chat, Phil_stick_arms_real says, please support for new shirt. Your arms look so skinny. That was also the same comment that got him triggered the first time. That triggered this whole segment.
That's gay.
Is not skinny or bony. My arm is muscular.
It's muscular, dumb shit. What worries me is like the skin hanging down on the elbow. You notice that?
See? But the forearm is long and skinny. Now,
I
could
don't know.
I don't know what that
there.
was. Yeah, that's a little weird.
focus on my forearms and do all
genetic
forearm exercises? Yeah, I could,
Yeah,
but why
it's
do
been
I
doing
care?
this.
I'd much rather have my actual body be fit and toned and not worry about my little bony forearm. But does he
That person wasn't talking about forearms, by the way.
idiots
but
focus
yes.
on this and talk about it like they're obsessed, like they really are just like autistically infatuated with little nuanced things like, oh, look, he has a bony forearm. Who
Not that deep.
cares? I'm a gamer. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't have to go out there and lift giant concrete blocks all fucking day. I have to lift this controller. Oh, it's so heavy.
That controller gave him calluses, by the way.
Well,
Not that controller.
then-
different.
If he's a gamer, why do we get so many healthcare and fitness segments on this podcast with this guy flexing on camera for people? Because this is, of course, not the first time we've watched many of these clips. And I'm wondering, what the hell?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh, I can't do it, right? Oh no, I have to lift the joystick. Oh, my arms are snapping.
Hilarious stuff here.
Oh, I can't do it. Oh.
Anyways, you probably won't see that shirt anymore, though, because you know when people make fun of something, it just goes away quietly. So I don't think we're going to see that shirt anymore because a lot of people were talking about the small arms. Moving on. As you can see, that's not small arms. But, you know, DSP she's a slut, though. So let's get to DSP's top 10 list. Last thing
According to
on the week here.
DSP.
Yes,
the
not
people
to
that
us.
don't know
Not
the
to us
context.
at all. Not to us at all. Oh, yeah, that'd be sound bad. New viewer. Jesus Christ. Yeah. They just call all women sluts. Yeah, they're sluts. I don't care. All right, just kidding. We love Lex. Okay, but let's get to the top 10 list. Right, top 10 list. This was DSP reluctantly, you could say, went back to this because remember his worst games countdown. He made a special stream for it, and it only got 3,000 views, and he put a lot of work in, and he didn't even hit the goal for it. So he wasn't going to do it, but then he decided to call an audible, and he did do it in. But it was in the morning show. It was a morning show segment, if you can believe it. Very important facts I'm sharing here. So the 10 games that were the best, we have some clips from some of them. So the 10th one was Pokemon, okay? So Pokemon was his number 10. And the reason for that was his reasoning was kind of like he didn't want to say I gave him a lot of money, so he has to say other stuff. So it was like... if you knew it was a filler Pokemon game, you could appreciate it for what it is, and you could enjoy it, even though it was a full-price Pokemon game. But here's a moment from that playthrough to enjoy. Here we go. This is it.
All right, I received a $1 tip.
I know it's quiet. I'll try to jack it up here.
Here we go. Stop using the accent. It sounds racist. You're a fucking idiot. Just because you're using a accent of someone who speaks in a certain way because that's actually how they would speak, including using the word oye and the fucking dialect, like that's literally okay. I don't live in fucking Spain. I don't live in fucking any Hispanic country. Right? I took Spanish 4 years in high school. This little inflection and things that I'm using in my voice is exactly how my Spanish teacher spoke when she would speak Spanish in class to us.
That's exactly how she spoke, dumb shits. Oye.
Okay? You're a fucking idiot. So shut the fuck up. You're the one causing problems. No one else but you. You're an asshole.
Anyways,
Okay.
that's just a funny clip. Big ups to Catsburger
Yeah.
for finding that one. It's not, that's not
I
that
do
deep, but-
not care at all about the context. I just love the meltdown.
Number 9, if you can believe it, was Tormented Souls 2. Okay? Now, Tormented
Oh, they
Souls
made that
2.
game about him.
Tormented Souls 2, he says was a great game, even though it had a bug. I want to show you what he said about Tormented Souls when he was playing it. How about that, huh? Let's see.
Having right now, Phil, is an issue a lot of people are having. They get to this puzzle, they solve it, it doesn't unlock and solve. It just stays locked forever.
Oh, wait, not this one. I want to play that one. That's the same. Oh, God, look at that pause.
Yeah, nice pause.
You're welcome. That's not what I wanted to show. Here's what he was saying during the gameplay. Ready? And notice the wording here. We're hard locked. Okay? It's important
Yeah.
in a second. But
Sucks. It's a great game. I was having so much fun with it, and they broke their own game. What morons?
yeah, what more?
I mean, really, I'm sorry. That's moronic.
That's moronic.
We put a patch into to stop soft locks, and we created more?
Yeah,
That's ineptitude.
that's ineptitude. Well,
Wow.
it
Best
inept.
game of the year? One of
Inept,
them.
but number 9. Pretty cool. Also, if you can believe it, number 8 was Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2. Kind of out of left field for many people. I would like to play, real quick, what he said about Death Stranding 2 when that game finished, okay? And this is spoiler free, okay? Spoiler free. I haven't played this game, but I'm dying to play it. Here is what DSP said at the end of Death Stranding 2.
For our playthrough of Death Stranding 2, I hope that you enjoyed. Over 40 hours. I did do some side content, right? I did some of the more interesting side missions, like the motorcycle mission right here next to the Ghost Hunter, and a few optional deliveries and the like. Overall, I'm actually going to do a separate short video to give my final thoughts. I did enjoy it, but like I said, the reason I feel like it was enjoyable was very simply because you guys were a part of it interactively. If I were playing this game by myself, I would have to play it as like a game where I'm doing other stuff. You know what I mean? The fact that we hung out and talked while I did these missions and stuff made it better. Ultimately, the story is good. The graphics are great.
Yep.
The production value, the acting, the mocap, all outstanding. The gameplay elements are boring. They
The gameplay elements are boring. This is the 8th best game that came out this year.
still are. Like, I didn't find anything super interesting about the gameplay of this game. Like, no lie, surfing the coffin is like the best thing about the game. The combat is so basic and boring, not interesting. The deliveries are boring, just boring. But the ride, and sometimes they say it's about the journey, not the destination. When it comes to Death Stranding 1 and 2 for me, it literally is about the destination.
That is like, okay, as I never played Death Stranding 2, but I have someone that plays Death Stranding 1. And I think it's one of my favorite games of all time. For anyone that loves Death Stranding, I know there's people that hate it, but if you like it, you like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you guys. That is like the exact opposite of the feeling that they're trying to make you feel from Death Stranding.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It is the most
Yeah.
insane take to have about Death Stranding. You know?
I played like 60 hours of Death Stranding 2, and I got about probably 60% through the story. And I have to say, the journey is the fucking best. And it's the whole point of the whole thing. That's why you do deliveries, because of the journey, and not the guy that you're going to reach and give him a thing.
So just to compare, as you heard there, you heard his review back then. Let's hear what DSP says during his review of Death Stranding real quick.
The previous year, but this is one of the gems of 2025. If you didn't play it, you actually missed out because everything else was terrible. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you didn't pass it by thinking, oh, I played the first one or I heard the first one was insanely boring. This one is actually much better.
Okay.
All right? Yes, you can drive vehicles almost the entirety of the game. Yes, there's
Whoa.
actually a lot of combat and stuff in it.
Oh, combat's good too. Interesting.
They kind of fixed or improved upon those shortcomings of the first game.
Oh, they improved on the shortcomings. You didn't say that earlier.
And it doesn't feel
Why?
nearly as tedious and boring, and it looks great, and the story advances, and it's pretty darn good. Give it a look if you skipped it. I think you'll actually enjoy yourself. There you go.
There you go, guys. Pretty cool. Okay. Number 7 was Arc Raiders. We played some Arc Raiders earlier. Don't need to play that. He played that basically because Asmongold people said they wanted it, or Asmongold said you should try it.
Yeah.
The second it didn't hit the goal, it was dropped, obviously. Chronos, whatever, was next. That was whatever the horror game kind of thing that he didn't seem to like that much. Then we have Blueprints, of course, which is a game that he got handheld the entire way through. You know how that goes. Remember that one? Puzzle games are easy when you have your entire chat telling you how to do everything. Number 2 was Silk Song. Go ahead, Mirka, if you want to say something.
Oh, no, that was pretty much it.
Number 2 was Silk Song. Here's a little part from Silk Song, if you can remember how much he loved this.
I did Pogo. See, I give up. This is fucking stupid. All it wants to do is piss me off. It doesn't want me to have any fucking fun at all. Why did you design a part of the game to just frustrate the gamer? Why not think? Why not have a game tester and ask them, is this fun to play? No one would say yes. No one would play that and be like, yes, I love redoing the entire thing from the start because the game makes you fall with a fucking stupid trap or cheap fucking fall, or your double jump doesn't come out. Fuck you, do it from the start. Fuck your mother, how about that?
Amazing. Game of the
How
year.
about that?
Game of the year.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about
He's having fun right now.
every time a game dev tortures a gamer, they have to pay for it, not the gamer. How about that? Every time there's an aspect of a game that makes no fucking sense because it's not fun, how about they get punched right in their balls? That's what I think they should do. When you fuck up, you punish the gamer, someone comes and punches you right in your nuts. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, that's not. Excuse me, I'm lying here. There was no number 1. In fact, Meerkat, there was 3 games that could be number 1. It just depends on what kind of game you like. That's how we did that one.
Yeah, he did that gimmick. But
Yes.
it's also his own list, so he couldn't even have an opinion of what his favorite game of the year is. And he's so passionate about video games.
So number 1, which he again is not number 1, was Clair Obscur. Let's watch a clip from this gameplay. Here we go.
Not today. I'm waiting. It's not coming.
I didn't change my fucking input time, you piece of shit. I haven't changed it. Oh my god.
He's having fun here.
Dude, I give up. I tell you, it's not consistent. It's pissing me off. I haven't changed my fucking input timing at all. Yet I can't parry anything now. 40 minutes because the game won't fucking parry. Well, you're pissing me off now. This is fucking stupid.
You're pissing me off now, dude.
Pissing me off. I should have beat this 3 times already.
He's loving this, though. That's how he enjoys games. One more thing from Clair Obscur, please, before we get out of here.
I think let's just start. Here we go.
This is 1 month ago when he played it after the Asmongold bump, you know?
Yeah, this one is
Hello,
supposed to
everyone.
be good. Like,
Yes.
this is the amazing clip.
Remember, he said that, remember, everybody, I can do whatever I want now thanks to you guys, and we're very successful and all this stuff. Remember this. This is what it sounds like.
Here we go. Hello, everyone out there. Holy moly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today is December 15th, 2025, and I, DSP, am returning to Clair Obscur Expedition 33 for the first time in over 6 months. Unfortunately, the attendance would be low. People would complain they didn't like it. The support was, for some streams, nearly non-existent. And essentially, once I got to a position where I could beat the game, I had to rush to beat the game. And it sucked. I didn't want to do that. Right now, we are in Act 3, which is the final act of the game. Okay? So here we are. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right, now how do I play? Oh, it's just music. My schedule, I would love to do that. So if you are enjoying yourself, please consider supporting the stream. super
fuck
chats
off.
and memberships or gifted memberships on YouTube will do
YouTube.
that. Kicks or a sub.
Anyways, the point is he was begging his ass off for this. I'm not finding the right clip here, but I don't care. Here we
And
go.
also the point is that begging is gone.
Yes, begging is definitely gone. Keep that in mind,
2
everybody.
points.
We'll leave that up. Big Up Time Jodub says, it's funny because now with the numbers Phil's banning, when June said in the doc he banned 400 accounts during the Jasper reveal, he might be right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Remember what DSP said? I'm not banning 400 people. What are you, nuts? I'm not doing 400. But it might be real now.
Pretty realistic. Yeah, that was a hype thing. Very hype.
Big Ups too. 666 Minion says he never talks about how he improves Kat's life. Oh, damn. Why? He doesn't. He gives her a roof over her head. What else does she need? Come on. Big Ups. Drama says he made fun of streamers with dual monitor setups. Yes, he did. He said dual monitor setups are for tryhards and people that, that are trying, he just wasn't required. He definitely said that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely said people with dual monitor setups are dumb. And the real experience is people with TVs on the couch. Remember that? But yeah.
Yes, with the surround sound. But it is kind of cheating to call out that he shit on something that he's doing now, because with pretty much anything he's doing now, you can find a clip of him saying how that's stupid and only dumb people do it.
Yep, that's the DSP's law or whatever. We need to get a name for that one. There's always a clip. Iwamoto says, check
The
PP
Burnell razor. Burnell's
Yes.
razor.
Iwamoto says, check Pig Go, defending TV gaming for years. Yep, that's what we're saying right now. Big ups to Iwamoto. Ira says, how many fair shakes does this guy need before we can get a big pot of his authentic Italian sauce? Many shakes.
More.
Remember the official recipe called for 3 shakes of stuff? Remember that? Like
yes.
My grandma's recipe, 3 shakes. King, king, king. NW News says, welcome home implies we might lose our house. Well, he made sure people knew about it back in the day. Big Dog says, yes. DSP math. DSPP math. Views, positivity, and comments. Divide 1 into 3. That gives you 1, and multiply that by 2, and the algorithm will pick me up at SummerSlam.
That sounds like forbidden math to me. I'm not crunching those numbers.
Oddly Shaped Bake says, I play what I want now. What do my viewers want? Who cares about that? By the way, why am I not successful? I don't get it. Must be my detractors. It is confusing how he says he plays what he wants, but yet the second something doesn't hit a goal, it is dropped. That's just factual. He might give it a second chance, but if he does give it a second chance, it is an emergency style stream. Guys, just let me remind you, we didn't hit the goal last time. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to hit you, but I will if I have to. That's what it sounds like, Ira says, the walls of bands, a.k.a. Begit Nam War Memorial. You mean this? Begit Nam War
We're gonna
Memorial?
have one of those at DetractorCon, like a huge monolith with all the names in the
my God.
timestamps of the band.
That'd be so hype. If we get the big wall
Yeah.
of all the names banned possible somewhere, you can take a picture in front of it. That'd be pretty funny. Adult with a business degree says, I can't buy every game, but I can buy Street Fighter 6 3 times and all of the season passes. Don't forget about that. We love Capcom that much. Of course. Guy Incognito says, I'm happy, punches pillow. Big ups, Guy Incognito. So Hades says, people seem to forget that after Asmon, not only did he abolish the goal, but he said he wouldn't talk about money or support at all. That was what was promised, so Hades is correct on that. Remember, Meerkat?
That was
It
the
said,
welcome home thing.
I'm not talking about money anymore. Well, can't do that, but we can keep the goals away. But it's easy just to say something's gone, but when it obviously still is there, it still exists, but you just don't mention it by name. It's like the guy in Harry Potter. You don't mention his name, but you still know he's there. You mention him, it might be a problem, I Am Jodub says, Voldemort. I Am Jodub says, that was more wheeze
But
than a
you just
GameStop.
said his name. You broke the
Oh,
gimmick.
shit. God damn it.
I thought you did it on purpose.
God damn it. I Am Jodub says, that was more wheeze than a GameStop. I get you. Wee. Nice. Kaiser says, I think detractors don't talk enough about Phil's exaggerated head movements when he talks. It's like he's a cartoon character. I don't notice that. Do you notice that? Let's do it. If you mute it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I just kind of got used to it, I guess. Because then
Yeah.
you're going to start noticing the ear twitching, the lip licking, the lip smacking, the sip taking, this right here. And it's all like somehow a little bit annoying. All of it is just a little bit annoying.
The swaying is
Sum it
real,
up,
that's
it
for
is
sure.
very annoying.
Look at the swaying. Here, let's go slow. Watch this. I'll go as fast as I can without breaking it. Go. It'll catch up. Meth Bear says troll tippers have cheese pizza on their devices. Agree or
Hope not,
disagree?
that would break the computer. Can't have.
Yeah. It's like
food
bubble
inside.
juice. Bubble juice everywhere. Zombies Everywhere 73 says so successful, but crying for social security checks and more credit. Mm-hmm. It is true. We're very successful. Retirement's not even a thing to worry about, he said earlier today. And Mr. Extravagant finally said, I would like to correct you, LT. Silk Song was tied for first, and there.
Warning, incoming cave. 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 Warning, incoming cave.
You've got mail.
There on a random overhead. I just did it. Nothing happens. She wins now. Yeah. Literally, I did an EX uppercut when I landed. It should have interrupted her hit string. Nothing happened. Literally nothing happened.
Yeah, I don't know if I like him at all.
Oh, so got mirror match. Interesting. What the hell? His jab beat mine. Oh my god, neutral jump. Neutral jump goes over the tiger uppercut. What the hell is that? That's awful. So he recovers first, and he can jab you after your own tiger knee. Oh, his jumping fierce is awful. His jumping groundhouse miss. Wow. He's just fishing for mediums. I did level 1 super. Nothing. Oh, how did it whiff? What the fuck? Well, I burned myself out like an idiot. Well, that's not what I did. He just keeps doing tiger knee into medium. Locks me down. What the hell? Yeah. You can just keep doing hit string into tiger knee like there's nothing I can do. Oh my god, I can't even do tiger uppercut. I can't. I haven't done anything yet and he hit me. I don't know. Oh my god, what? Wow. Oh god, see, I don't know the right combo in the corner. Well, he fucking blocks it, yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know anything in the corner yet. That's my problem. I have the setups. I don't know how to do the combos. Look at that. I went right through. Oh, my God. Oh my god, he just keeps doing it. He keeps pressing buttons. Still getting hit by medium. So that was bad. What the hell? I literally can't get out of the corner. His standing medium stuffs everything. Literally, he just keeps mashing standing medium. It stuffs everything.
Oh, good. Cammy, my favorite character. I'll really learn a lot this match.
And it's also a master ranked Cammy when I don't play with Sagat and they give me a fucking master Cammy. Do you see what I mean about this game? Stupidity. Oh, wow, it went right through. Yeah, it goes right through. Look at that. Smash buttons. It beats everything. Why did that hit me? I have no idea. Oh, I didn't have meter. Oh, I went to do a big combo. I didn't have the meter to do it. I could have won there. I could have just done level 3. Oh, here we go. I burned myself out already. That sucks. Oh, I burned myself out again, dude. I don't know any of his burnouts yet. I pressed medium kick. That's what happened. I can't do anything. Okay, guys, so my computer crashed, which is why there was such an abrupt end to the online match with Cammy. It's time for men. Isn't that a RTG? Excuse me, LTG detractor saying? I think it is. Oh, she jumped.
Lucky jump.
Oh, well. Walk forward, drive impact, completely unsafe, but of course I fall for it. Wow, from that distance, she beat my standing short. Oh my God! See, I don't know any distances. I'm thinking I can punish when she whiffs. No, I whiff. Good move. That's not what I did. I did level 1 super. That's what it gave me. Oh my God! It dropped. Wow, she knows the distance of her kick. I don't know the distance of any of my kicks, so I don't know how to judge when it's gonna hit and not. It sucks. Oh my God, the range from one fished kick, just fishing it, and it's mid-screen, and it seems to be better than Sagat's kicks. That one fucking kick. Even just pressing a button there, she's counter hit. It's like, damn.
I don't know about Sagat in this. I really don't know about Sagat in this game.
Look at that. She can just do it all day. What the fuck do I do to that? What do I do to that kick? Oh my God. I can't get in on her at all. She just pokes from mid-screen and he's beat me with that stupid kick. That's game. That's game. One drive rush kick. It was meaty and it stopped me. I missed the buttons. I missed the buttons. Yeah, guys in kick chat, you're just going to be out of luck. I can't keep moderating this guy. I want to play the game. So I don't know what to say. You're just not going to be able to use chat. We have no moderator around today, and I can't play the game if the guy keeps spamming, you know? I'm still fucking parrying. That was EX uppercut. Nothing. I don't know why I keep jumping. Why the hell do I keep jumping? Wow. It feels like that kick beats all of Sagat's normals from mid-range. That kick just hits everything. I'm trying to block that. I swear to God, I'm trying to block down back. That's not what I wanted. I wanted standing short fireball, and I got the forward and short. Wow, she can even punish that. It seems like all his moves are so easily punishable. I'm not doing anything. Oh my God, just wait and do the counter hit kick. Jesus, dude, come on, for that fucking range? I couldn't move. I just tried to do nothing. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very frustrating. I don't think Sagat is very good in this game.
Just mash jab when he attacks. It beats everything. Look. Just counter hit everything, dude. She could just stand for mid-screen and do it. Fuck, I can't do anything about it. I can't even punish that kick. I'm just guessing. Dude, you can't punish her stuff with Sagat.
He fucking sucks. He's too slow.
Oh my God, that's game.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like him.
Wow, that came out so late. That was insanely late. Look, her range. Look at that. Her range. That kick beats all of my limbs. Like literally, it beats everything I have. That one fucking kick beats everything that Sagat has. What the fuck? Just smash jab, beat what I'm doing. Yeah. What the fuck? I couldn't do anything.
I don't know. I don't think I like him at all.
Wow. Smash jab beats me. That was level 3 super. That was level 3 super right through it. Oh my god. Why did it not combo? I have no idea. I literally don't know. It's the same combo I've used, and this time it drops. Even though I did the same timing, I don't get it. That beat my low fears.
You see what I mean? I think his normals are terrible. I legit think his normals are awful, and that what else are you supposed to fucking use?
Of course. She was trying to do that to get out of the corner, but somehow it kind of hit mine. Okay. Of course. Drive rush nothing. Uh-huh. That's game. Stuffed my move again. Dude, all her normal stuff is. It's ridiculous. Wow. Off of one mashed drive impact guess. Huh? What the fuck happened? I literally can't do anything. Wow, I don't know. I'm serious. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
I can't figure out what on earth to do whatsoever against this fucking guy. I just can't.
Oh my god, that's game. Look at that insane of a one counter hit fishing. Just fishing constantly. Oh my god, it dropped the fucking combo. I had the game won. I had the game won and it dropped the combo. God damn it. All right, I'm gonna fight someone else. Obviously, they beat me 10-1. I can't figure this out. I'm dropping the combo constantly. It's an easy combo, and I'm dropping it absolutely constantly. Awful. Okay, it blew out my move again. They make it too overly complicated. Now there's 7,000 variations on everything, so now you have to memorize an encyclopedia of knowledge to know which version of which one to use in which situation. No one wants to do that. I don't want to memorize like I'm in fucking school to learn how to do a combo in Street Fighter. They really screwed that up. It doesn't need to be that serious. Uh-oh. They're not playing? Hello? Okay. Not gonna waste time. An idiot. Oh god, you're kidding. It is so much damage. God damn it. What happened? Oh, I don't even know what happened. I didn't drop, as you guys saw. I don't even know what happened. The game dropped. I thought that would hit. It was right in front. Nope. Whoa, what the? I tried to fucking do a move, nothing. It dropped it. Wow. Whoa, my god, I knew a meter. It dropped so many moves. It was ridiculous. I had him during that drive impact. It dropped the move. Dude, I don't want to memorize 17,000 situations for the fucking game because you act like that means that it's good. It's not. Just because you have all these nuanced little things doesn't mean the game is good. It's actually a simple game. Of course. I broke it. I parried, so doesn't break the throw, doesn't parry. 2 moves completely dropped. Thanks, game. Thanks a lot. Okay, just keep pressing fucking buttons. Everything's safe because you're fucking can't block on reaction. Just mash buttons again because everything's fucking safe because you're Cammy. Again mashing buttons and it works. Jump and mash, jump and fucking mash. So lame, 0 fucking skill. None of these players play Cammy. Just button pushers. I'm having so much fun playing the pattern Cammy again. Same fucking shit, every single fucking scrub. Now the uppercut doesn't hit. I didn't want that. I wanted reversal, and it gave me drive impact. Huh? Oh, what happened? It gave her a hit? I didn't even do anything. I'm just standing there down backing. It killed me? Fuck this game, dude. Seriously, fuck this game. Are you kidding me? What does it think I was doing? Fuck this game. It's just so unfun to play against Cammy. It's just Might as well just not play against Cammy. Just Alt F4 it, and then reboot the game every time a Cammy comes up. Oh my god. Mash jab. Just keep pressing buttons and stuff my medium. Seriously? Wow. She just did a random move and it stuffed my Tiger Knee. Just completely random.
Didn't time it. She threw it out randomly and it just counter hits my Tiger Knee and she gets a combo into super. Amazing.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow, look at that. That's insane. Wow, the range. Again, I have no opportunity to do anything. I don't know. All her stuff stuffs you easily. Couldn't even block it. I saw it coming. I went back. Hit me anyway. Couldn't block it. Stuffed me. Wow, walked right through it. It's over. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. I really have no idea what to do against her at all. Look at that. From mid-screen, it beats my medium. Huh? Okay. It's everything stuffs it. Like, literally, it just stuffs everything Sagat has unless I do fucking EX uppercut. I can't move. Locked in place. Okay, I'm gonna hit again. What the fuck? Dude, insane. That's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So she just stands mid-screen and does that kick over and over to punish anything I do and mashes jab. Like, how do I beat that with Sagat? I can't get in on her at all. Like, I literally cannot get in on her at all. That beats everything. I thought that was supposed to be safe. Couldn't do anything. Literally couldn't do anything. Look at that. What the holy shit? Wow. Of course, that's it. That's game. One drive impact, counter hit. She's going to win. Watch. This is going to kill me. One random drive impact. That's it. It's all it took. Yep.
Complete nonsense. Like, that's her whole game plan, too. I need one hit that will lead to insanely huge counter hit nonsense. Like, come on.
Oh, I stuffed my low fierce. Look at the damage. Stuffed one low fierce. Look at my health. Oh my god. Okay, I tried to do level 1 super. Nope. Dropped it. Dropped it. Dash jab. Oh, that's it. Stuffed. Stuffed again. Mash jab, do jab, do jab, do it. Again, there's nothing to it. It's a simpleton's game.
Legal institution. And this is really the full video. This one is a long one. It's 20 minutes, and it encompasses the before the scene. And so we'll go through it and see exactly what went down, because it shows yet again that he was agitating, and this is part of a pattern in practice that carried over and contributed to his death. Not that, we'll get into it. About to unload right there, but we'll save it. All right, so we're going to get into this because there's a lot more, and there's a lot of reaction to this, and a lot of people are eating their words today. Many people on the left were saying this guy was so peaceful, had nothing that you could even say bad about him. And then we get this video that comes out, but not before we've got a bunch of different Democrats that we'll parse through today to see what they have to say about this. But we've also got Andy Biggs queued up. We had Tom Homan out in Minnesota. We've got the Border Czar, Tom Homan, and the White House releasing today from the White House the latest on what the deal is, what the plan is. And so we'll come back to review that, see exactly what's going on. We've got Hakeem, we've got even this clip from Amy Klobuchar, man, this one was wild. If you rewind the clock back to Sanity Land, back in, this looks like 2006, the Democrats were talking very differently about immigration and people who were coming into the country legally and border walls and all the things. And so we'll go into that. And then we've got the president who was there at the cabinet today talking about what the latest is from the White House. So all that in the first segment. Then we'll turn our attention to some litigation out of Minneapolis and St. Paul, because we see that we had this one judge we talked about earlier in the week, a little bit of a follow-up to this, but this guy, of course, the Schlitz, he has now been somebody who's backtracking on his prior order. And there's some very scandalous affairs that our friend Julie Kelly unpacked for us, showing that one of the lawyers appearing in his courtroom is actually a referral network of one of the illegal aliens funding with him and his wife's money. So we'll go into that. We'll see what he just did. Remember, he was ordering Todd Lyons from ICE to get his butt over to Minnesota, and in his courtroom by tomorrow said, get in here or else, issued an order to show cause, which is basically you're reporting to the principal's office. But he has now backtracked on that. We'll take a look at some other litigation that is also happening here from the DOJ. Kristi Noem and team responding back to the state of Minnesota. Of course, Keith Ellison and the rest of those goons. So we're having a battle there about Operation Metro Surge, and so we'll have some updates on that. And then some more from Tom Homan. A couple of clips. He was out all morning explaining what's coming next, and he is reminding us that justice is coming. So we're excited to get into that. And it looks like we might be having some locals problems over on the locals tubes. I think I see that. All right, so we're going to keep our eye on that, locals friends. And then we got one final segment, which we'll get into, man, because they're getting nervous there over in Fannyland, Fulton County. You see this photograph is Tulsi Gabbard, and she was on scene lurking in the shadows, kind of like Batman, while the feds were gobbling up all those Fulton County files that we think are highly fraudulent. So some fun stuff to react to here. Lots of melting down. We've got Fulton County chairman, we've got the Senator Ossoff, we've got Board of Commissioners, all these various people saying, don't look at the files, because you're going to find out that we are fraudsters, and we don't want you to discover that. So, of course, we want to discover that, so we're going to be here to dig into that. And then more reaction. We've got Senators Warner and even Janice Johnson over from Fulton County, who's been digging in on this, and Colton Moore and many people from Georgia, all reacting to the FBI raid, and we're excited to get into that. All right, and so we're just double checking little locals activity to make sure it goes back to us. And you'll see the firearm in the holster. Everybody else is screaming out there. We're going to look at the opposite end of this. So there he goes right there. You see that firearm right there, tucked in that back right hip. And then the scene continues on. Now, you saw all of that. They didn't, of course, we didn't know this, but I'm sure his family did. I'm sure other people around him did. I'm sure many in Minnesota knew the truth about this guy. All of the people in the Ice Watch groups, I'm sure all knew who this guy was, but they all just kind of let the media cover for them. Like, no, he's an innocent man. He was just there peacefully walking his dog down the street to go get a Subway sandwich with Jussie, and then this all happened to him like he's just some innocent bystander. And of course, that's not the case. He is part of an insurgency group that is organized, highly organized, according to a Green Beret, about as organized as any other insurgency that he's worked on eliminating in the Middle East during his time over there. And of course, that's very conservative. But now we're learning about the truth here, and we've got another angle that shows exactly just what an unhinged individual this person was. And this provides the full context. And by the way, a lot of people yesterday were saying that this video was AI, that it was not real. They're looking at some, granulated, pixelated, fast images and saying, oh, they just spit this out of GPT. And it's not real. Well, how about this? Now you look at this one in nice resolution, and you can see the opposite angle. And this goes for 20 minutes. We don't need to watch the full thing, but let me just parse through it a little bit for full effect so you can see how this whole ordeal started about 20 minutes before it went down. Volume. That's the sound, okay? If I let it go, see how annoying it is for everybody out there. This is part of a psychological attack which is in their manuals. They said that their entire purpose of having the whistles, yes, is to alert everybody else, but it's also to distract everybody from doing their jobs. It's also to increase the psychological tension. That's their words, not ours, in their manual. In order to increase the pressure, right, to make it difficult to do their jobs. In other words, what's another word for that? Oh, obstruction. So we turn the volume back on. And people are deploying in rapid form. So now all of the goons that we were talking about previously in the signal leads that we've been covering all week here are all texting and chatting each other. Oh, I'm in the corner, 36 and whatever. Oh, I see this. Remember the salute, S-A-L-U-T-E. The size, the thing, you know, how many weapons, what do they got, what's the formation? Deploy it all back. Then somebody at dispatch sends other insurgents to backfill their efforts. And as we parse through, we'll see that it starts to get a little bit busier. More people show up, and now even more people show up. So now we fast forward 5 minutes, and it is springing into action. Okay, their operations, their air tables, everything is ready.
Oh, do I have a deal
And we
for
continue
you?
on, and it gets busier and busier. And then eventually, we're going to see Alex Preddy show up back over there in this region at about 17 minutes. So we're at about 9 minutes now, and I was parsing through this earlier. And let's see where he comes onto the scene. We're about 12 minutes. Then we get to 13 minutes. And by about, let's go to 14, 15. And we still don't look like we see him exactly at 15 minutes. But by the time we get to 17 minutes, he's going to be on screen. So let's parse forward a little bit. And get some volume. Okay, somebody else shows up. Somebody else running up.
Incoming cane. Warning. Incoming cane.
Okay, now at about 17 in just a little bit, we're going to see more people are coming down the street. You can see from both sides, from back this angle and from this side, this direction. So the crew has been dispatched. And then we see Preddy come running in. You see that right there? Come sprinting in. Right there. Screaming. Raging. F you. 17 minutes. Screaming F words. Sorry for the kids out there. Federal agents. If the local cops would have done their jobs and arrested Alex Preddy on that day, he'd still be alive. But they didn't do that because they're fighting for whatever. Actually, I think they just really want riots, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that they think this is a winning issue for them in the long term, and it might be. But they are responsible for his death. So maybe the Preddy family should just sue the local cops. And by the way, maybe they will. And they settled with George Floyd's family for like, what did I do with that? I thought I had the full one up here. All right, so you see, we don't need to listen to him. But he did the full speech where he was here, and of course, this federal agent doesn't have a head. Where'd it go? Because it was just generated by AI, and there's a lot of that going on. We talked about it yesterday, how they turned him into like a GQ.
What?
Like,
Careful out there. Don't waste my time.
That was pretty hard. Emerge. All right. Yeah, all over the place because they're just liars. And they love to lie about these things and just kind of elevate somebody like a hagiography, kind of turn them into a saint, anoint them. And we saw that from a couple people. First of all, this lady, short clip, Anna Navarro. He's so perfect. He's so dreamy. Here's what she said until she had to eat her words. This was out yesterday. And then the video comes out. This guy's like roundhousing federal vehicles.
They chose to, they killed the wrong guy. Right? Because this is like the perfect guy. Alex Preddy is the guy you would want to date your daughter. The guy you would want your son to grow up to be. A decent human being who was serving humanity, serving sick veterans, who is, you know, there's nothing that has been said about that man that isn't wonderful. And so
then he's hawking loogies on federal agents. Like, wow. They might like that. I think that actually is probably their type of man, but I don't... Maybe not, because do they like men at all? I don't think so. Anyways, here's just another one, real short. You can see what they're doing. So when they get caught like this, then they send out the media. Everybody goes out. All the deputies go out and just hit the airwaves, man. Just go. Just hit it, hit it, hit it. Because you got to brainwash the people before the Republicans do, before the truth comes out. It's an info war. Alex Jones was right. It's happening, and they just go out, and they don't care about the truth. They don't care about watching him hawk loogies on agents. They just come out, and they say stuff like this.
There really are no words. It was a deeply moving experience. As I said, I felt like I was standing on holy ground. Alex Preddy's blood cries out to us. We are better than this. We can do better than this.
Really, Alex Preddy's, is he like the Eucharist or something? What the hell's he talking about? Like Jesus? Holy ground. It's just like what they did with George Floyd. It's just like what they did with Brian Sicknick, remember? Who died of natural causes. A cop died. He had like a stroke the next day. Capitol Hill police talked about it. Natural causes. That's their website, not me. But they had a state funeral for him because this is what they do, and they're pretty good at it. A lot of people. This must have been amazing because Raphael Warnock, the Reverend Senator Raphael, was out talking about it. But the truth is, these are radicals, and Representative for governor in Arizona to beat the heck out of Katie Hobbs. He said, "Look, here's the bottom line. All right, radical officials in Minnesota are protecting these people." The Emmers, the Rers, the PDF files, by refusing to hand over illegal aliens to ICE. The unrest would cease if officials would stop inciting it. They would do their jobs. They would comply with the law. They would go arrest Alex.
Killing spree.
Why did they not do that? So peaceful protesting. Weren't they just hyperventilating over January 6th for like 4 freaking years? How about they just say, don't kick federal agents. We're the ones that hold the line to save our democracy. Whatever, none of that matters. Because these are their agitators, and actually on January 6th, many of those were their agitators too, and the FBI elsewhere. And they're happy to see it. I don't think that we can trust these guys at all. That's an understatement. But here's Andy Biggs. Says they could stop this if they wanted to, which is the point. They don't want to.
Look, what Minnesota officials are trying to do is interfere with lawful ICE operations. They don't like the way they've gone down, but ICE has authority to act. If Minnesota was actually complying, they'd be turning over these violent criminals that ICE is looking for at the jails. And then all of this need for this unrest or outside operations would dissolve. They are, I can't say this enough, they are protecting rapists, pedophiles, murderers, and assaulters. That's what they want to protect.
Yeah, and it's also more than that. They also want to protect their political power and their base. Here is something that maybe shouldn't have been said out loud from Jayapal. And there's this new narrative going on. Not invoking the Insurrection Act right now because he wants to save it for the Jayapal says voter ID laws are a form of voter intimidation. There's only one laws. Rampage. Has to say that. Listen to this little slip here.
It's a huge issue. We're filing cases in court around states that are trying to suppress voters, refuse to provide water to people at the polls, all the ways in which voters are intimidated, including, as you mentioned, new ID requirements that Republicans are trying to get into many places.
Yeah, and so if the Insurrection Act is invoked, then all of the illegals won't be voting. And that might be devastating for their election campaigns. So we also saw this short one from Ilhan Omar. I think she's saying Stephen Miller, who I'm pretty sure is Jewish, is a copycat of the Nazis, which is a pretty wild accusation from this woman. Here is how off the rails they are over there.
Nobody should ever have hired Stephen Miller, who basically is a copycat of the Nazis, and that's kind of the cruelty that he wants to inflict on people. But he should.
All right, so that's what they're saying now? I guess Jewish people in the administration are Nazis? Well. So there's more of this. The Soros-backed DA is also just completely unhinged. I'll spare you the clip here, but I'm just kind of sharing this with you because they're arming up. Like, they're not backing down. They're actually continuing to have these Zoom meetings where they're contemplating how they can create their lists and enact revenge when the time is theirs. So he's out doing the same thing. And Hakeem Jeffries, this one was raising some eyebrows today because he said that Kristi Noem needs to be put on ice. Which means dead. She's got to be put on ice immediately.
Big shot, huh?
Says Timu Obama.
Disgraceful. She's got to go. We are dead serious. She needs to be put on ice permanently.
Damn!
She's got to go. And by the way, she's not the only one.
Wow. So they're going to come and put all of us on ice if they can. And they're working on that. And they're 5,000 air table. It's going to get a lot more full if they take power. So put on ice permanently. You know what that means. Trump said fight like hell, and that meant like murder half America. What does that mean there, Hakeem? Will he be condemned by Jake Tapper on CNN for increasing the political tone of violence? Refusing to turn the tone down? Well, I doubt it. But here was Tom Homan. He was also out today and got a couple of clips from him. Continuing on, he was explaining that we're going to continue to work in spite of these Democrats. They're lunatics. They're attacking our federal agents. We're going after some of the worst people in the world for based on what they do to kids and to other disabled and very bad. They're bad. Here's Tom Homan.
I also want to remember the politicians are continuing attacking us. Where were they the last 4 years?
Yeah.
When the women and children sex trafficking went all the time high. Where were they when 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl
Nowhere.
across the border? Where were they when women and children are dying making that journey?
What's the word on the street?
Over 4,000 aliens making that journey died in historic record.
Yeah.
Where were they? Not a word.
Cheering it on, actually.
I get no
We're just trying
respect
to respond
around
to what
here.
happened last 4
Quickly,
years.
quickly!
We're keeping this country safe. And we're arresting a lot of public safety threats, taking off the streets to keep this country safe. We're trying to keep this country safe. And that's what we're doing. I also want to...
Yeah, it's pretty simple. And it's always been so interesting to get lectured by the Democrats about how they're the humanitarians. So that's interesting. Their policies are causing people to leave their homes, sacrifice, maybe...
Quickly!
Images and stories about kids wrapped off in the river on the way up. Getting abused, hard, attacked, hospitalized, murdered, eliminated, because the Democrats have created some sort of an incentive. And on the way, we've also seen, illegal aliens packed in the back of semi-trucks, melting in the Texas heat. And then when they get here finally, after suffering all of that abuse, then the Democrats are basically acceptable having them as second-class citizens, almost pseudo-slaves. Well, they'll do the jobs Americans won't do. Okay, so like, Americans are better than them, and they can be like a slave class and just kind of work for less and live for less and just be like in this gray area forever in perpetuity because you don't want to pay reasonable wages to hire an American to clean your pool like I got to do. And then they turn around and say, because we're good people and you're bad people. That's all a lie. They want power, they want votes, they want to increase the social safety net, they want to consolidate power. And I gotta say, Tom Homan's approach here is really reasonable. It's kind of like coming in here like the fatherly figure in a way. There's been a lot of energy on this, rightfully so, and we've long been in favor of if we're going to have a decision between drawing down in Minnesota or doubling down. We're on team double down, but it doesn't look like we're going to. But if you have the elder statesman come in the room, the same guy who got the award from Obama, who put a big fat medal around his neck when he was working for Barry, he comes back in, does the reasonable thing. Hey, we're just let me just talk nicely, rather than some of the more like high-end WWE kind of feel that we got from, let's say, Bobino. So that's Homan. Now, we've also got more, because we see here that Tim Walz is calling it. He says, I'm out. He knows he's so cooked that he's got really no other options. If he runs again, all the fraud stuff is going to come up. If he says he's going to run again, then he's going to be investigated probably more aggressively by his political opponents, right? They'll look into this and try to use something. And so if he just hands in the keys, maybe the DOJ will leave him alone. I sure hope that is not the case, because remember what they told us. No one is above the law. Here's Tim Walz.
No, and part of it was, look, I recognize that I'm a lightning rod, and this is a tough space for I'm in, because I know they hate me personally, and they take it out on my constituents, because old white guys who are former governors tend to land on their feet okay, type of thing, but in all fairness on the timing, I
These people's brains
and
are
2
fried.
days later, Renee Good is murdered. But I think one of the things is I have no political consideration. Never run for an elected office again.
Never again.
Never again. And I will just do the work. And what I found is, again, I'm going to say this. There's heroes on the streets and we don't know their names. They're never going to run for office. And those grassroots leaders brought this administration to their knees this week to do something about it. So there's other ways to serve. And we're already doing it.
Okay, so I think he's saying that they brought the Trump administration to their knees.
Don't waste my time.
What I gathered there. But he's also not running again. And that feels like an escape hatch. He just pulled the rip injection seat. Get out of the glass here. But hopefully that does not happen. Now, the person who will probably fill his seat is Amy Klobuchar. She's now a Democrat, but not long ago she was much more of a sane person. And we've made this point before. It's like, some of the things that Nancy Sanders says about like free speech, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't want the Patriot Act spying down our gullets and other things. Like, some of it made sense. And you listen to this, and you're like, oh, what the heck is happening to our country and to our party? Where now Amy Klobuchar is like, refugee, TPS, asylee, claims against torture, oh no, papusa business, whatever. Come on
Makes
in, bananas
sense.
and rice, hawk loogies on federal agents, all gravy. As long as she can become the governor. This is Amy Klobuchar back in 2006, 40%.
Ms. Klobuchar, Thursday, President Bush signed a law approving a 700-mile fence on the U.S.-Mexican border. Is a fence good immigration policy or just good politics?
I do believe that we need more resources at the border, and that includes fence. What we have now, we have people waiting to come in legally. Thousands of people waiting to come in legally to this country, and we have people coming in illegally. That's not right. We need to get order at the border. We also have to stop giving amnesty to companies that are hiring illegal immigrants. Under this administration, the number of prosecutions of companies has gone way down. That has to change.
Yeah, it's like the dark side, right? You see in the Star Wars movies how it just twists your face into this mangled mess of evil and doom. That's what power does to these people. They have reasonable policies. We're actually debating about the intensity. Like, I've long said this. Wouldn't it be nice if we had both parties that were, like, leapfrogging each other over the Second Amendment? They're like, advocates. Oh, no. We're really screwed for a second. No. We're making it mandatory everywhere. Oh, yeah? Well, we want one in the shower, too. And, you know, everybody's just like leap. Fighting with each other over more liberty, more rights, but you know now it's not that at all, and that's kind of how it was back then. How do we fix this border? I've been talking about border walls my whole life as an Arizona border, my whole life, all this illegal immigration is wild. But over in the Senate, Barrasso said this is not who they are. What they're doing now is prioritizing immigrants over American citizens. That's their power base. And once again, Democrats are threatening to shut down the government, which is looking like it's going to happen. Democrats want to see chaos all across America, and once again, Republicans are committed to keep the government open. Here's Barrasso in the Senate yesterday.
Democrats are once again threatening to shut down the government, and Democrats are once again prioritizing illegal immigrants over American safety and American citizens.
The Democrats are the party that want to defund the police, and now they want to defund our nation's security. You shut down the government heading into this weekend, that means no money for FEMA at a time when half of the country is under the impact of this terrible storm and another storm is coming. Shutting down the government also impacts TSA, air traffic control, all of those things. The Democrats will be causing chaos all across America. There are 6 appropriation bills in the Senate ready to be passed. The Democrats have full input into all of them, and they have all passed the House, overwhelming bipartisan. Republicans are committed to working with the Democrats to keep the government open.
All right, so we're going to see what happens ultimately. But today in the White House, we had a cabinet meeting. And here was the president giving us an update on
Is
the
that
latest
you?
at the border.
What are you
and
doing
what
away from
Kristi
headquarters?
Noem and others
Get
are
back
up
to work.
An amazing year, and this will be our first cabinet after the year, so we started our second year. Tremendous progress has been made. I want to thank my entire cabinet for 12 months of unprecedented achievements. We really have unprecedented. The numbers we've had on the economy and growth, you see them, and that's despite a Democrat shutdown. Without the shutdown, we would have picked up
Thank
about
you
a
for
point
your
and a half
hard
more
work
than
and
already
dedication.
items, record-setting.
Unpaid overtime
So
is
this
a
is
proof
really,
for
a lot of people say it, the most successful year of any administration in American history. The first year, there's never been a first year like this, including the fact that we put out, extinguished 8 wars, and another one we think is coming. Steve Witkoff working very hard, and Jared and everybody else, and I think it's coming. It was just announced that the murder rate in our country is the biggest drop ever recorded. It's at the lowest level in 125 years. First in recorded history, it's the lowest in at least 125 years. It's a wonderful thing. Crime is way down, and one of the reasons is we've taken a lot of bad people and gotten them out of our country.
How you doing?
In some cases, they're so bad that we put them in prison because we don't want them to even take a chance of coming back in, even though our border is very secure, record-setting secure. We had 0 illegal aliens being admitted into our country for the last 8 months. That's hard for even me to believe. But the people that make up the lists are supposedly nonpartisan, but I would say they lean toward the Democrat side. And if they say that, I'm all for it.
All right, so the borders are being locked down. Meanwhile, the Democrats in Minnesota are seemingly continuing to obstruct. Tom Homan is there. We'll keep our eye on it, of course, and see what comes next. Now, let's turn our attention to some litigation.
Quickly!
Very interesting. Federal judge out of Minnesota just backtracked big time. You see, this order came down. We had Kristi Noem and Todd Lyons under the gun. A judge called Schlitz, who we've talked about here before, who has a very questionable conflict of interest, let's say, by donating to illegal alien lawyer groups. Now issued an order canceling a prior order. It was a big order. It was called an order to show cause. And he said, Todd Lyons, you have to get into my courtroom and explain what the heck's going on here in Minnesota, dragging him in as the acting director of ICE to answer questions for this judge. And we remember who this judge is because Bill Malugin said, oh yeah, remember Patrick Schlitz? His name showed up on this donor list. We talked about it earlier this week. Patrick and Elizabeth Schlitz. And they donate to the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota. Oh, how curious. And they have now confirmed that it is them, in fact. Per sources familiar with this, Judge Schlitz also declined the probable cause on an arrest warrant for Don Lemon and a handful of other protesters who stormed the church in Minnesota. He also declined after federal magistrate judge Miko declined. Okay, so multiple judges now who have very concerning conflicts of interest. Remember, Judge Miko, his wife, works for Keith Ellison, the same Keith Ellison who was doing podcasts with Don Lemon saying, Don, you're innocent. No one's going to charge you. So the judge does what his wife's boss wants him to do. Then this other judge who donates to illegal alien lawyer defense funds also doesn't issue a warrant for Don Lemon. And they responded to Fox News. They said, I have donated for many years to the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota, confirmed by the judge. I have also donated for many years to Mid-Minnesota Legal Aid. I believe that poor people should be able to get legal representation. I mean, poor people or illegal alien people. Those are what can be different categories. And is it generally disadvantaged people, or is it disadvantaged people of a certain type? Because if it is, and they have a claim in front of you, and you have a predisposition, maybe you're going to be conflicted when there's a matter that appears before you. As he is. And our friend Julie Kelly also found this out too. She said, oh, this is very curious. Look at here. Said, in a further conflict of interest, this judge, who's now backtracking, says that this immigration lawyer who's actually on this case shows up in their referral system. Here's what I mean. When you go over to their website, here's what it looks like. Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota. Give today to assist immigrants and refugees in Minnesota. And everybody's a refugee. Everybody's temporary protected status. Everyone's under attack. Gonna be tortured. Gonna be killed. Who's a business? Little under budget this quarter, so I need to come to America. They raise money and then hand it out to the illegals. And a lot of this, I would suspect, is also coming from government grants and government programs. So all of this is on their website, and if you check it out and you look into their referral list, right? Oh, you need a lawyer?
Quickly,
yeah, here's our list. Go hire these people. The following attorneys specialize in immigration, but are not employees. This is not a comprehensive list, and so just take a look and hire any one of these people. Well, guess who shows up on this list over here? As soon as we shrink the size of this red pen over here. Gosh, it's a little large. Here you see this name. Bum-ba-da-bum, right here, Graham Ohala Barbour. Graham Ohala Barbour.
Don't waste my time.
That's a lawyer on their referral list. And guess who's on this order? Oh, from the judge, right here.
Do not waste my time.
Representing the petitioner, in this case, Juan.
Oh, makes sense.
Olaha Barbour, right there. Shout out to Julie Kelly for that connection. Good eye. And
Don't waste my time.
Barbour law firm, right there. Interesting. So, if we follow the bouncing ball, the judge gives money
spit it out.
to this immigrant firm. Immigrant firm uses that money to create a referral list.
I've seen you around here
Illegal
before.
goes there, gets the money that is for the representation that the judge gave to them, and then hires a friend of this agency who then goes and files a petition in the judge's courtroom.
Yo, can I help you with something?
One big, disgusting, incestuous family. Isn't that fun? And then the judge just grants orders in favor of the illegal alien, also in interest of the immigrant firm to which he donates. One giant scam. And around we go. And then they lecture us, and they're like, oh, judges found that ICE is in multiple violations, and they're doing bad things. Spare me. You guys can see it as clear as day, just right here in the documents. And they won't recuse themselves. They say there's no conflict of interest at all. In fact, I do think people should have lawyers. Sick, right? Anyways, here's what the order ultimately says. And here's the order.
Finish him.
Here's the order.
Multi-kill.
And he originally, if we remember, said Todd Lyons is in my courtroom on Friday. If you're not in my courtroom on Friday, you're in big trouble.
Unstoppable.
Show cause and said, get here or else. Then we got this came out. On January 8th, this illegal Juan filed a writ of habeas corpus.
Finish him.
You can't the federal government. I'm an illegal alien in America. I have all the rights in the world. Van Hollen and Tim Wall said so. I'm filing a petition. So the court then issued an order requiring respondents to file an answer no later than January 12th. So it says, government has got to respond. He says you can't detain him, and I'm ordering you to respond.
Finish him.
All the illegal
Ultra kill.
Hundreds, if not thousands of these going on. Again, they're overwhelming the system. Just like they're doing in the middle of the streets. All the ACLU lawyers, many of whom were getting paid for years through government grants and government contracts and grant from USAID, all of the funding
Finish him.
standing up these legal institutions. So then they said, you have to respond. They didn't respond. Government says, we're not responding, or we just can't respond, right? It's overwhelmed. So accordingly, the court said, well, if you're not going to respond to this illegal, then you have to give him a bond hearing. You have to give him an opportunity to let him out. So again, remember we've got kind of two competing systems here. We've got the immigration courts, which are Article 2 courts. They exist under the executive branch.
It's my way or
And
the
then you have the
highway.
Article 3 courts, which are the courts that you would get tried in if you're charged with a crime. Separate systems, one, and by design. Stay out of my pool! Illegal aliens don't get jury trials in our Article 3
Can I
courts
help you with
before they get
something?
deported. They get an administrative
How you doing?
more or less, essentially, you can think of it similar to, like, if you get a DUI, you get prosecuted in criminal courts. Those are the Article 3 courts, but your driver's license and your suspension and all of those things are administrative issues. So those are handled by the executive branch, typically the MPD. It's administrative. You don't get the same due process. You don't get a jury trial to debate your license suspension.
Quickly,
It's
quickly!
criminal. Right, you're an illegal, you're not a citizen. Due process is relative to your status. What process are you due based on
Makes sense.
So then this judge says, all right, now I'm ordering you, Article 3 court is reaching into Article 2 and saying you have to give him an immigration bond hearing. Unless you respond to me, I'm now ordering you in Article 2 land to do whatever I say. Separation of powers problem, they say no. Respondents didn't do that. They neither held a bond hearing within the required time, and they didn't release him. They just gave him a big little... Oh! The court then issued an order to pause hearing and scheduled it. Said, Todd, you better get in here from ICE. The court also noted that if the parties filed the stipulation saying that Juan had been released, you have to release this illegal, or else Todd Lyon, the acting director of ICE, is into my courtroom. Then you'll cancel the hearing if they do that. So the parties have now filed a stipulation. Juan, that little amigo, is now free in America thanks to this judge who, again, as we finish him, donates to legal defense funds for illegal aliens, that then pays for the defense, that then hires referred lawyers who are part of that organization, and then shows right back up in his courtroom. And then he just writes them, oh, let him go. The parties have now filed the stipulation, and so Juan Amigo is now gone. That does not end this court's concerns. And attached is another order, and there's 74 more cases like this because all the gangbanging ACLU illegal alien lawyers are crashing in here. The extent of ICE's non-compliance with this is understated. This list is confined, and mistakes were made, and this list was busily compiled by busy judges. But this should give pause to anyone. It should give pause to you, Judge. How dare you become a judicial activist to this extent, or anyone who cares about the rule of law. Spare us the lecture. You're defending illegal aliens and you're paying for it, and then they're coming in your courtroom. You should be conflicted off this case. It's about the rule of law. ICE has likely violated more court orders than other federal agencies have violated in their entire existence. Pay attention to your own jurisdiction and your own branch of government. The entire judiciary is acting like a president. Almost every one of these orders would not even be contemplated back during a different president. But you guys are executing a judicial coup, hate the policy, and your financial donations confirm that you think you're illegal aliens. So you're a biased, partisan person. Don't hide behind the veil of your robe, and we can all see right through it. Juan asked that the court schedule a hearing so he can present evidence, and if Juan wants to seek monetary damages, then Juan, the illegal alien, can sue us and get civil damages, okay? So we'll pay for these illegal aliens. I'm so sick of this crap, man. Where the hell is Congress just sitting around not doing anything on impeaching these guys? This is crazy. The judge is literally telling this illegal alien, go sue them and then get monetary damages and pay you $1 million for illegal detention. So he says, I'm not going to hold the hearing. Since you released this illegal person back into the country, based on that, I am going to cancel Todd Lyon's mandatory appearance back here on Friday. Signed by Patrick Schlitz and his wife, who both donate to illegal alien defense funds, and then when their cases show up in his courtroom, he grants them the remedy in America. And that's justice, right? How about due process, right? Did you ever think that illegal aliens would get extra process where the judges would pay for their legal defense services and then go on their motions in their courtroom? Wow. Man, it would be amazing if that happened for American citizens. Does that ever happen for American citizens ever? Probably not. Mostly they'll illegal. So it's absolutely unconstitutional. But the DOJ is continuing to fight. In another matter, we remember that Keith Ellison, who is doing podcasts with Don Lemon and maybe coercing a judge's wife into protecting and immunizing Don, they sued Kristi Noem. And Kristi Noem and the DOJ have now responded. They said, Operation Metro Surge will continue. And what's happening here is an unprecedented attack on us. What you're trying to do is halt federal law enforcement operations and evict federal officers from the state. And they're doing that. They're saying that the 10th Amendment prevents the feds from coming in and enforcing immigration. Obviously, that's ridiculous. We explained why the DOJ says their original theories that said 10th Amendment, commandeering, and all these things were really insane. And so they changed. They pivoted to a new strategy for lawyers. Then they said, no, Operation Metro Surge, it violates the 10th Amendment because it constitutes an effort to punish. It's meant to make them change their policies. They say, it's even dumber. You guys suck. So to start, their factual premise is unsupported. Now they're saying, okay, you can't enforce federal immigration. Yeah, we're wrong on that. 10th Amendment's dumb. We read it. We said they're dumb. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. However, we're going to shift it now. Now we're going to say that Trump is attacking us. And there is no legitimate enforcement of immigration law. This is a So they say, ridiculous. The purpose of this surge is to enforce federal law. We're allowed to do that. In fact, the executive branch has inclusive and preclusive authority to do so. It's ours, and when we make the decision to do it, it's our decision. You don't get to substitute your judgment. You're your judge. You don't get to substitute your judgment in for the presidency. And that's what we're doing. Now, the statements which they rely, they're saying that we're trying to coerce them. And that would be commandeering. But they don't explain how any of this is. This instead is a novel and remarkable theory. They say a facially valid exercise of federal law converts into some nefarious motive just because somebody says it does. They rely almost exclusively on other decisions in validating the Healthcare Act, which is not so affordable at all. But now you can see the court should not massively expand the 10th Amendment and just say, if they allege you're doing something nefarious, then you are. That would contravene the Constitution. We have the Take Care Clause, we have the Supremacy Clause, and if you interpret it this way, then that would shred both those clauses. First of all, their theory fails at the beginning. It violates the Constitution. Article 2 of the Constitution says the executive branch does executive things. With this power, the executive branch can enforce federal laws. It also had the Supremacy Clause, and under that, it says no state can impede federal law. So their new theory fails. The purpose of Operation Metro has been to enact federal law. We've heard this for a long time. There's no dispute about that at all. Even in their reply, they came back out and they said that Trump was being mean on social media. He was posting things that they argue are coercive, and that Trump is then using this excuse to go in and coerce them into changing their policies, which they then frame as punishment. They say it's not punishment, this is a natural consequence of your policies. We have an obligation as the federal government to enforce federal law. We can't just sit by and allow you to break the federal law. So now you're facing adverse consequences. That's your decision. We're not punishing you for those things, since you're not helping us. We have no option but to go in. And they're relying on a single social media. But that is a very irrelevant statement. And this single reference to retribution doesn't justify ordering the entire operation to end. And so beyond these statements, they say that they're going beyond just arresting the worst of the worst. And they say, well, that's our prerogative about how to interpret that. You don't get to define for us how law enforcement operates. It is reserved exclusively to the executive for federal operations. And so you have no claim Because the record also does not even come close to supporting any coercion here, any 10th Amendment argument is just a non-starter. The purpose of Operation Metro Surge is federal immigration law. Those are the same laws that have been on the books forever. And in other cases that they're trying to bring up, there is no relevant framework that compares. No court has ever expanded anything beyond that context. And if you do that here, you're going to be encroaching on our powers. Now, to our knowledge, no court has ever extended any of that reasoning beyond the spending clause either. And there were explicit conditions in the other cases that they're seeking, so they're just distinguishing this case. They say, this case is amazing for us, Minnesota. They say, no, it's not. Dumb case. So any injunction against coercive actions,
it doesn't matter that Mount
would
Pizarro is
result
wrong.
in the court
All that matters is
superintending
that I
federal
stay
immigration
on
enforcement. You would be taking over our job. You're not allowed to do that. And so we would have to come back to you, and to avoid contempt, would we have to move for relief every single time we want to send an officer into Minnesota? Excuse me, Judge. Hi, can we come in now, please? That makes you the executive. Would the court then have to adjudicate, is it a proper purpose, or allow them to come in to do this thing? Putting it all together, the theory from the Minnesotans is that a court can take any facially legitimate exercise of federal power, say that there's an illegitimate purpose to coerce somebody to do something, and then encroach on the federal government. That's not a standard that is workable at all. And the framework that they're alleging works doesn't. They have not changed any of their policies on immigration enforcement. In fact, they have doubled down. They've confirmed here that federal action is coercive. They've said that they will never enforce immigration law. They're saying the same thing. Look at their social media posts. They're saying, well, it's going to hurt our budget, going to hurt our revenue and all those things, but doesn't matter. Executive branch has the supremacy clause and conclusive and preclusive discretion over how, when, where, and why to enforce federal law. Tim Walz and Jacob Frey don't get to override and supersede that. So the court should reject their attempt to import this doctrine in here and deny their motion for a preliminary injunction. So again, that's from the DOJ. And we're waiting for the court to make a decision on that. Can Operation Metro Surge continue? A federal judge is going to decide that here momentarily. So of course we'll keep our eye on that. But Tom Holman is saying, we're going to be here until the job is done. We're not going anywhere. So get used to it.
President of the United States called me Monday morning and asked me to deploy here. Got here Monday evening, and I'm staying to the promised gone. But we've made a lot of progress in the last few days.
And if you don't like it, and you're a protester there in Minnesota, why don't you go protest in Congress, okay? Go take it up and down. These are federal laws. They've been on the books for a long time. Tom Holman got a medal from Barack Obama. Now he's there. So hopefully they stop blowing their whistles and start turning in the illegals.
I said in March, if you let it get stopped, I wish I wasn't right. I don't want to see anybody die. Not officers, not members of the community, and not the targets of the law. The people out there don't like what I should do. If you want certain laws reformed, take it. Again, ICE is making this up. We're enforcing laws enacted by Congress and signed by Congress. The same laws have been on the books for the last 6 presidents I've worked for. I started with President Reagan and ending with President Trump. Every administration, we enforce the same laws. If you don't like what ICE is doing, instead of protesting this building, go protest Congress. Tell me what changes.
Yeah, go tell them.
You have your First Amendment rights. I support that.
It's not about protest, though. It's about stopping the enforcement. It's about obstruction. They could go down to City Hall and protest, scream at Tim Walz. They could go to their senator's office. They could all take trips to D.C. Use their First Amendment rights, start podcasts. They want physical, kinetic blockades to make sure that they cannot be removed.
You have the right to protest. I'm just asking you to keep it peaceful. But threatening law enforcement officers, engaging in impeding and obstruction and assault is never okay. And there will be zero tolerance. You interfere, impede, assault ICE officers, you will be arrested.
And he does have that dad vibe coming out. It's kind of like, I'm not mad at you.
Go!
Just
Go!
I ain't getting paper check.
Right in the heart. So here's one final moment from Tom today. Don't worry, America. Justice is coming.
Arresting those individuals as well. Mentioning the folks out there in America that voted for this, that want mass deportation because they saw mass invasion under Joe Biden. What would you say to them? How would they get that?
Well, first of all, about the attacks on us. I'm not going to ask a lot about that, because I'm not going to show a hand. But they'll be held accountable. Justice is coming. Again, why are we the question we've seen is why are we here? We started this 4 years ago. Well, millions of people I'm ready. No, that's not the people for 4 years.
Justice is coming. Hopefully, we can see some actual progress and good progress. What do you mean? There's one there to be able to strategy. It is like a good cop, bad cop. You send somebody in there to be the fireworks and start create some ruckus, and then somebody else comes in and see if that works. But we cannot forget, we're dealing with people who are operating gas stations, we're dealing with drug dealers. This guy has a very nice record. Look at this record. All like the check boxes, like this institutional guy who comes around, pays for illegal aliens to a charity courtroom so that he can manage and then they write for us about following the law. So the litigation continues. Tom Homan is now there. We're going to keep our eye on this one. Thank you for deciding to get who let you? Now we're not done yet.
Get down in the hole, you worthless!
This is all your fault. We were supposed to have these stupid slaves to Kalimdor days ago.
I'm not taking the fall for this one. You're the one who got us lost.
What does it matter? Gallywix is gonna have both our heads.
Shh. Did you hear that?
Captain, who are they? It doesn't matter. Our orders are to capture the Horde target at all costs. No witnesses.
Abandon ship! Make for the escape pod! Get us out! Don't leave us down here! Please! Don't leave us! Come back! What's this? What? Hello there. So nice of you to rescue. No hard feelings, right?
Finish him!
Smart mouth, huh?
Makes sense. Don't waste my time. You thought to take my place on Kazan. You reached too far. I made you